Peter Frampton is widely loved by fans for his melodic guitar work, smooth vocals, and the massive success of Frampton Comes Alive, one of the best-selling live albums in rock history. Yet behind the applause and admiration lies a lesser-known truth: not everyone in the rock world welcomed his success. Over the years, many rock musicians quietly, and sometimes openly, expressed resentment toward Frampton, and the reasons go far beyond simple jealousy. When Frampton Comes Alive exploded in the mid-1970s, Frampton became a global superstar almost overnight, dominating radio, selling out arenas, and attracting a mainstream audience that many harder-edged rockers viewed with suspicion. To some musicians, his clean-cut image, soft-spoken personality, and accessible sound felt like a betrayal of rock's rebellious spirit. Critics within the industry labeled his music as too polished or too commercial, arguing that it appealed more to pop audiences than to serious rock purists. This perception created a divide, with some rockers believing Frampton hadn't paid his dues, even though he had spent years grinding in bands like Humble Pie before finding solo success. Others felt overshadowed by the sheer scale of his popularity, especially musicians who had been active longer but never achieved the same level of mainstream recognition. As Frampton's fame grew, so did the backlash, with whispers that he was overhyped, manufactured, or riding trends rather than shaping them. The resentment intensified when his follow-up albums failed to match the massive success of his live record, leading critics to turn quickly and accuse him of lacking depth or longevity. What made the situation even harder was Frampton's personality. He wasn't confrontational, aggressive, or outspoken, which in the cutthroat rock world was sometimes mistaken for weakness. Over time, this combination of sudden fame, commercial success, and perceived softness made him an easy target for criticism from fellow musicians. Yet history has been far kinder to Frampton than his critics were at the time. As years passed, many musicians reassessed his contributions, acknowledging his technical skill, songwriting ability, and lasting influence on guitar-driven rock. Today, the hostility he once faced is increasingly viewed as a product of ego, insecurity, and the harsh realities of an industry that often punishes artists for success as quickly as it rewards them. Peter Frampton's story is not one of failure or rejection, but of resilience, surviving industry backlash, shifting trends, and unfair judgment while remaining true to his musical identity. In the end, the reason some rockers turned against him say less about Frampton himself and more about the competitive, unforgiving nature of rock fame during its most explosive era.